pleased with the outcome, the performance, these guys flying around, the crowd was phenomenal again. So it's tough to win this league, and we came out from the start. I thought these guys were prepared, ready. I do echo the maturity of this team. Yeah, there's a lot in front of us. So we got big games coming, and all of this, they locked in at the task at hand and come out humming from the first play. And so really appreciate that maturity of these guys. Questions?
Coach, just talk about Damian Martinez and his performance tonight.
Yeah, really good. I hope he was up here talking about the guys in front of him, creating some of that, but I do think his instincts took over tonight. It was awesome to see him get to the second level and be able to extend it. Longer runs, 30, 40, 50-yard type runs. Instincts, he cuts the ball back a couple of times. That's not how we're blocking it. It's a front side play. He cuts the thing all the way back. He was awesome tonight.
The 4 touchdowns he had, this is a record that stood since the 1960s and has been done by several Hall of Famers, Jaquiz Rogers, Steven Jackson. For him to do that tonight, especially with Jackson at Reser Stadium, I mean, what does this say about Damian Martinez as not only a person but as a player?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe ask Dame on that with Stevie J back here, but I mean, he's in that conversation with those type of backs. This guy's been here making big time plays, and he rose to the occasion. We did want to come and had some stuff in the run game that we felt good about, and he showed up.
Coach, talk about the O-line a little bit. It looked like the holes were as big as they've been all year.
Yeah, they've been big, and those guys went to work. Again, with Levin good down, Grant Stark has another nice game. Tanner Miller at center, and then Hinley and obviously Josh Gray-Tolley have been huge for us. That group's pretty effective. We're going to need them here in the next few weeks.
Coach, some greats back today. Coach Riley, Steven, Mike Hass. Talk about what they told the team and maybe your conversations with them over the past day or two.
Yeah, it was awesome to see those guys kind of back around. We did have them in our team meeting last night, and really we just wanted to recognize them from the football program. Those 4 guys, because during the game, TV timeout, we're locked in when they're getting introduced and all that, and so we do want to pay credit to those guys that laid a foundation around here. And I got the opportunity to just kind of tell stories. Mike Hass come in here, walk on Jesuit High School, 3,000-yard receiving years. It was awesome to talk about Cerna in regards to his career, big time season of winning the best kicker in the world and all of that, but just talk about responding. His first start didn't go the way he wanted, but he kept on battling in his career. It's similar to what we want to do as a team in regards to be able to respond, not react. Talked about Stevie J around here, by far the best player in the locker room, his 3 years here, but we talk about being the star. The team is the team, and that was Stevie J to a T. I mean, this guy was a big-time player, but he wasn't worried about his carries or his attention was all about winning the game. And then, with Coach Riley, obviously winningest coach this place has ever seen. Talked about me personally and what my development, my growth, my first exposure as a player, and all of that. So it was awesome to have those, along with Bob DeCarlos.
Yeah,
around with Bobby D, to be here, to have him get recognized, what he's done for this place. Bob the Builder, that stadium is rocking, and he is a part of getting that started, of changing the landscape of Reser Stadium. So special name.
I was looking for him today, but did he seem genuinely excited about what
I think so. Disappointed. I did try to get somewhat close to him there when he's getting recognized, but I didn't get the chance to talk to him.
Chatfield has really taken his game to another level the last couple of weeks. What does he bring to that defense? It seems like his speed for a defensive lineman is exceptional.
Yep, he's got some athleticism, speed off the edge and all that. Shoot, he's catching the ball. He might have as many interceptions as sacks. The guy, he's been a difference maker. I do think the guys next to him are helping him out. Some of this is schematics. Now we're trying to create an edge for Chat, but those guys inside doing their jobs. Siona continues to make it physical. Joe Golden, Hodge is in there doing some stuff. So got a good group.
Jonathan, 2 huge games obviously in front of you, and I know you hope to be in this position. Can you just talk a little bit about next week and what could still take place for the Beavers this season?
Yeah, again, counting on the maturity of the team. It's going to be big games. It comes down to the small details, the focus, the preparation you put into it. And again, we've set the stage. We talked about it this week, wanting to set the stage to play in big games, and we got a huge one coming in Reser Stadium. It's going to take all of us in regards to everyone in the locker room, but everyone in those seats. It's got to be the best atmosphere we have seen at Reser Stadium.
Jonathan, midway through the fourth quarter, I saw you take your headsets off and go and talk to Ben Goldbertson. I'm guessing you were asking if he wanted to go in. You did put him in there. What was the thought there?
Yep, a little bit of just paying respects to him, where the game was at. And yeah, he did want to go in the game. I thought it was awesome for our crowd to recognize him when he went into the game as the Las Vegas Bowl MVP. Special moment. This guy has been working. He's done a ton for our program. And he's been awesome this season. Yeah, those were his first snaps this week, but he has contributed to help our team be where we're at now.
Jonathan, going back to the looking ahead to Washington, we got a chance to talk to some of the guys, and most of them that were here remember, how painful that loss was last year. Do you think there'll be some extra motivation from the guys, given that it's senior day, and looking to, for lack of better terms, avenge that loss from last year?
Yeah, I think there'll definitely be emotion. Like you say, it's senior day. Those things are always, especially early in the game, are emotional. Last home game for us, a big-time opponent. I know we got a bunch of respect for what they've done this year. So I don't know if we need added motivation from last year, kind of where the stage is at, what we've got for this season. Obviously, what they got going is it's a big game.
Word got around in the second half that ESPN Game Day is not going to come here next week. A lot of disappointed fans. How about you personally and the team?
Not huge on my end, I'll be honest. I'm looking forward to, we got a great kickoff time at 4:30, and we got a great opponent coming in, and so hadn't put a lot of thought into it.
Jonathan, you guys have had to go through quite a bit of adversity this season. Obviously, the 2 losses to Washington, Arizona, heartbreaks for Beaver fans out there. Do you feel like those losses, though, have helped you get to the point where you guys want to be right now, heading into Washington next week and Oregon the week after?
I think we definitely try to learn from losses, right? It helps us recognize how difficult it is to win in this league. And so, each week we're back to a process, win, lose, or draw. We're going to be back, clean some things up, and focus on the next opponent. We've tried to do that week in and week out, and we're going to have to do it this week.
Obviously, it's a big game coming up, and mentalities are going to be pretty strong. And I feel like it's going to be a pretty heated game, but also it's important to keep the team loose. And do you have any plans on how to do that coming into a big game?
It's a good question, because you do, like big games and so much hype and all of that. You want to kind of be normal in regards to the way you prepare. And again, we put a lot of work in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We want to be loose on Fridays, but focused, and then let it rip on Saturdays. And so we're going to try to do that, because there is going to be a bunch. Count on it, a bunch of energy in this stadium, and playing a big time opponent. And I think these guys will handle it well.
Thank you.
From a defensive standpoint, obviously you guys have played a lot of teams who've been playing 2 quarterbacks throughout the entire games. Now these final 2, obviously not easy quarterbacks to defend, but is it some weight off you guys' shoulders to only have to, focus in and read 1 quarterback rather than 2 every week?
Yeah, I wish it was a little bit weight off our shoulders for the one guy we'll see next week, and then obviously the following. Those 2 guys are big time players and all of that. But if Kalen DeBoer wants to mix in a little second quarterback, take Penix out the game, put another guy in, I'm totally good.